Daddy, why does Mommy sleep in Uncle Richard's bed when she goes on work trips? She said it's because hotels are scary alone. My 5-year-old daughter asks me this on a Tuesday night. Emma's holding her stuffed rabbit, the gray one with the bent ear, and looking at me with those wide, trusting eyes. She doesn't know what she's just done. She doesn't know she's just detonated my entire life. I'm tucking her into bed. It's our routine. Story, prayers, kiss on the forehead. I do it all on autopilot now because my brain has left my body. I hear myself say something about Mommy's friend from work, about business trips being lonely, about how adults sometimes have friends who help them feel less scared. The words come out smooth, practiced, like I've been preparing for this moment my entire life without knowing it. Okay, Daddy, Emma says, satisfied. She hugs her rabbit and closes her eyes. I kiss her forehead. I smile. And then I go to find that iPad. It's 2 a.m. when I finally unlock it. Emma's birthday is the passcode. It's always been the passcode. And the irony of that makes me want to laugh or scream or both. The blue light from the screen casts shadows under my eyes as I sit on our bedroom floor, my back against the bed where my wife should be sleeping, but isn't. She's on another business trip. Chicago this time. Or, that's what she told me. The video call app opens. I scroll through the history, and my thumb moves slower with each swipe. Each entry reveals another betrayal. Uncle Richard, March 15, 2024, 9:47 p.m., 43 minutes. Uncle Richard, March 28, 2024, 8:15 p.m., 37 minutes. Uncle Richard, April 3, 2024, 10:02 p.m., 51 minutes. I keep scrolling, the list goes on and on. I count them because I can't help myself, because some sick part of me needs to know the exact number. 47 calls over 3 years. Not a single call to Uncle Richard. Not an occasional check-in. Just 47 video calls that my daughter witnessed, participated in, normalized into her understanding of what marriage looks like. There's one call from Emma's 4th birthday party. Jennifer held the iPad up so Uncle Richard could watch Emma blow out her candles. I remember that day. I remember thinking it was sweet that Jennifer's mentor cared so much about our family. I remember waving at the screen like an idiot. My hands are shaking now. The iPad sticky from Emma's fingerprints, fruit snacks and syrup, and the ordinary debris of childhood. Those same small hands that touched this screen, that saw her mother's face light up for someone who wasn't her father. I set the iPad down because I can't look at it anymore. I need something concrete. Something I can hold that will tell me I'm not crazy, that this is real, that my marriage isn't what I thought it was. I go to Jennifer's dresser. The top drawers are what I expect. Workout clothes, pajamas, the expensive sports bras she buys from that boutique downtown. But there's a bottom drawer that sticks when I pull it. I have to yank it twice before it opens, and when it does, I find a smaller drawer built into the back, hidden, deliberate. Inside, 17 hotel key cards. White plastic cards stacked like a deck, each one a trip, a lie, a night away from our daughter. I spread them out on the carpet, and my hands make them click together. The sound is sharp in the silent bedroom. Each card has a date and city written on it in silver Sharpie. Jennifer's handwriting, precise, proud. Chicago, March 2022. Boston, July 2022. Seattle, November 2022. San Francisco, February 2023. The list goes on. I arrange them chronologically because that's what investigators do, and apparently that's what I am now, an investigator in my own marriage. The timeline stretches back 3 years, 3 years of business trips, 3 years of boring conferences and mandatory training sessions and I'll call you when I land, honey. 3 of the cards are from the Riverside Inn. That's our place. The hotel where we spent our first anniversary because I couldn't afford anything fancier back then. And Jennifer said she loved it anyway. Loved the river view and the old-fashioned key cards they still used instead of digital locks. We went back for our 2nd anniversary, our 3rd. It was our tradition. Except Jennifer kept going back without me. There's a birthday card tucked beneath the key cards. It's addressed to Emma, dated 3 years ago, her 2nd birthday. The front shows cartoon unicorns prancing across a rainbow. Emma's favorite animals at age 2. The card's edges are worn soft, like it's been opened and closed many times. Glitter transfers to my fingers when I touch it. Inside, the message reads, "To the sweetest girl I know, can't wait to see you again soon. Love, Uncle R." Love? He signed it, Love, to my 2-year-old daughter. The card still smells faintly of Jennifer's perfume, the expensive one she wears for special occasions. She kept this card in her dresser. She opened it regularly enough to leave her scent trapped in the fold. Before I can process that, I find the charging cable. It's for a phone I've never seen Jennifer use. The cable is still warm. I call my brother at 7 a.m. because I can't wait any longer. And because Daniel is a lawyer. And because I need someone to tell me what the hell I'm supposed to do with 17 hotel key cards and a birthday card signed by a man my daughter calls Uncle. "Mike?" Daniel's voice is rough with sleep. "What's wrong?" "I need you to come over, now, before Emma wakes up." He doesn't ask questions. He just says, "I'll be there in 20 minutes. Daniel lives 15 minutes away, but he makes it in 12. When I open the door, he's still in his gym clothes, hair uncombed, and he takes one look at my face and says, "Jesus Christ, what happened?" I hand him the iPad. Scroll through the video call history. Look for Uncle Richard. He scrolls. His jaw tightens. He keeps scrolling. "Mike, there's more." I show him the key card spread across my kitchen table. I show him the birthday card. I tell him what Emma said last night about Mommy sleeping in Uncle Richard's bed because hotels are scary alone. I tell him about the hidden drawer, the separate phone cable, the 3 years of lies stacked up like a house of cards that my daughter just knocked over with one innocent question. Daniel sits down hard in one of our kitchen chairs. "You need to tell me who Richard is." Richard Morrison, Jennifer's boss, regional VP. He's been her mentor since before we got married. I've met him maybe 3 times total, always at company events. He lives in Boston, or I thought he did. Jennifer's in Chicago right now. That's what she told me. She left Sunday, said she'd be back Thursday. Daniel pulls out his phone and starts typing. "We need to verify that. We need to verify everything before you do anything." He looks up at me. "Mike, do you have a prenup?" The question hits me like cold water. "Yeah, Jennifer insisted on it. 6 years ago, right before Emma was born. She said it was to protect us both, in case anything ever happened." "Do you have a copy?" "You have a copy. You were my lawyer." Daniel's already pulling up files on his phone, scrolling through documents. "Found it. Give me a second." I watch my brother read through the prenup I barely remember signing. I was 28 years old, and so, in love, I would have signed anything Jennifer put in front of me. She'd been the one who wanted it. Said her father always told her to protect herself legally before marriage. I thought it was mature, responsible. Now I think it was something else entirely. Daniel looks up at me, and his expression has changed. There's something sharper in his eyes now, something that looks like anger on my behalf. "Mike, this infidelity clause. Jennifer forfeits all marital assets except statutory minimums if she cheats. She signed away the house, the savings, everything. This prenup basically says that if either of you has an affair, you lose everything." The words land but don't fully register. So Jennifer's a marketing executive. She's smart. She drafted this prenup through her lawyer, not mine. She knew exactly what she was signing. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying your wife built a trap for herself 6 years ago, and then walked right into it. Either she's incredibly stupid or..." Daniel pauses, choosing his words carefully. "Or she thought she'd never get caught." I think about the key cards with dates written in silver Sharpie. I think about the birthday card kept in a drawer like a keepsake. I think about 47 video calls over 3 years, some of them with Emma present, visible, participating. She thought she was safe. Yeah. Daniel sets his phone down. "The question is, what are you going to do about it?" I don't have an answer yet. My brain is still trying to process the last 8 hours. I haven't slept. I haven't eaten. I've spent the night excavating the ruins of my marriage, and now my brother is asking me to plan its demolition. "I need proof," I say finally. "I need more than key cards and video calls. I need to know for sure. Mike, you already know. I need to know." My voice comes out harder than I intend. I need ironclad proof before I blow up Emma's life. Daniel nods slowly. He understands. He's been a father for 2 years. His daughter, Sophie, just turned 2 last month. He knows what it means to protect your kid from the truth while also refusing to lie to them. Okay, he says. Then we build a case. We do this smart. We don't confront until we have everything we need. He pulls up his calendar. Jennifer gets back Thursday? That's what she said. That gives us 4 days. We can work with 4 days. But then Daniel asks the question I've been avoiding since Emma fell asleep last night. What are you going to tell Emma? The question sits between us like a live grenade. I don't know, I admit. She thinks Uncle Richard is Mommy's friend who helps her not be scared in hotels. How do I tell her that's not what's happening? How do I explain this without making her feel like it's her fault for telling me? You don't, Daniel says. Not yet. Right now, you focus on protecting her. You keep her routine normal. You don't let her see you falling apart. And when this is over, when you have custody and stability, then you tell her an age-appropriate version. But not yet. If you've ever had a moment where everything you thought you knew just collapsed, where one sentence changed your entire world, leave a comment. Just say, I understand. You're not alone in this. I nod because I can't speak. My throat is too tight. Daniel reaches across the table and grips my shoulder, and we sit there for a minute in the kind of silence that only happens between brothers who've known each other their whole lives. Then Emma calls from upstairs. Daddy, I'm hungry. I stand up. I wipe my face. I go to make my daughter breakfast, and I smile when I pour her cereal, because that's what fathers do. We smile. We make breakfast. We pretend everything is fine even when our world is ending. After Daniel leaves, after Emma is safely at kindergarten with her frozen lunchbox and her math homework, I go back to Jennifer's dresser. There has to be more. There's always more. I find Emma's school folder tucked behind a stack of Jennifer's sweaters. It's the folder Emma brings home every Friday with her weekly assignments and art projects. This week's folder has a paper-clipped stack of work from the past month, math worksheets, spelling tests, coloring pages, and an essay. The assignment is printed at the top. Write about your family, draw a picture. Emma's essay is written in her careful kindergarten handwriting, each letter oversized and uneven. My family. My family is me and Mommy and Daddy. Mommy works a lot. She goes on trips for work. Sometimes Uncle Richard calls her on the iPad and I get to say hi. Uncle Richard is nice. He remembers my birthday. Daddy works at home. He makes me lunch and helps with homework. Uncle Richard makes Mommy laugh more than Daddy does. I wish Daddy could make Mommy laugh like that. I love my family. The paper trembles in my hands. Stapled to the essay is Emma's drawing. 4 crayon figures on construction paper. Mom's yellow hair, Dad's blue shirt, Emma's pink dress, and a 4th figure labeled Uncle Richard in Emma's uneven block letters. Uncle Richard is drawn taller than all of them. Emma drew herself holding Uncle Richard's hand. Not both parents' hands, not Daddy's hand. Uncle Richard's hand. The waxy smell of Crayola crayons clings to the paper. The construction paper is rough under my fingers. I can see where Emma erased and redrew Uncle Richard's smile. She wanted to get it right. She spent time on this. She thought about it. Uncle Richard makes Mommy laugh more than Daddy does. I wish Daddy could make Mommy laugh like that. My 5-year-old daughter thinks her mother's affair is her father's failure. She thinks Uncle Richard is better than me because he makes Mommy happy. And isn't that what we're supposed to want? For Mommy to be happy. I read the essay 3 times. Then I photograph every page with my phone. The essay, the drawing, the assignment header showing the date it was turned in. Mrs. Peterson, Emma's teacher, wrote, "Beautiful family," or at the top, in red pen with a smiley face. She had no idea what she was looking at. I put the essay back exactly where I found it. Jennifer can't know I've seen it, not yet. Then I sit on our bedroom floor with my back against the bed and I let myself break down for exactly 5 minutes because that's all the time I can afford before I have to pick Emma up from school. 5 minutes to cry over my daughter's innocent words and her drawing of a family that includes her mother's affair partner. 5 minutes to mourn the marriage I thought I had. When the 5 minutes are up, I wash my face. I check my reflection in the mirror. I look like a man who's been awake for 24 hours, but I look functional. That's all that matters. I photograph every piece of evidence again. The key cards arranged chronologically, the birthday card, the iPad screen showing the video call history. I send everything to Daniel with a message. Get the paperwork ready. I'm ending this. My phone buzzes immediately. Daniel's calling. "You're sure?" he asks. I look at Emma's drawing still displayed on my phone screen. My daughter holding another man's hand. My daughter wishing I could make her mother laugh the way her mother's affair partner does. "I'm sure," I say. "Okay, I'll have divorce papers ready by tomorrow, but Mike, once you serve these, there's no going back. Jennifer's going to lose everything. The prenup makes sure of that. Are you ready for that fight?" I think about 17 hotel key cards. I think about 3 years of lies. I think about my daughter learning that love means choosing someone who makes you laugh over someone who builds you a life. "Get the papers ready," I tell my brother. "I'm ending this." Daniel comes back Wednesday morning with a wall calendar and a box of colored sticky notes. We spread everything out on my kitchen table. The hotel key cards, Jennifer's credit card statements he obtained through legal channels, Emma's baby book with its careful documentation of every milestone. "We're building a timeline," Daniel says. "We need to know exactly when this started and how long it's been going on." I arranged the key cards chronologically. 17 cards spanning from March 2022 to last month. The earliest card is dated March 18th, 2022. I flip open Emma's baby book to that same month. There's a photo of Emma's second birthday party, March 3rd, 2022. Jennifer is holding Emma, both of them smiling at the camera. I am behind them making a goofy face. The caption underneath reads, "Emma's second birthday, best day ever." 2 weeks later, Jennifer went to Chicago for a marketing conference. That's when she got the first key card. "The affair started exactly 2 weeks after Emma's second birthday party," I say. My voice sounds distant, clinical, like I'm narrating someone else's life. "The party where Richard was too busy to attend in person." Daniel looks up from the credit card statements. "But he sent the birthday card?" "Yeah, he sent the card." I pick it up, the unicorn card with "Love, Uncle R" signed inside. He'd been planning this. He sent my daughter a birthday card, established himself as Uncle Richard, and then 2 weeks later, he started sleeping with my wife. Daniel doesn't say anything. He just adds a red sticky note to March 18th, 2022 on the calendar. Then he starts matching credit card charges to the key card dates. Everything lines up. Hotel charges, restaurant bills, even a jewelry purchase in Boston that I'd assumed was Jennifer buying herself something nice. We work in silence for 20 minutes, building the timeline. Each sticky note is another lie, another business trip that wasn't about business. Another night, Emma asked where Mommy was, and I told her Mommy was working hard to give us a good life. By the time we're done, the calendar looks like it has a disease. Red sticky notes everywhere, 17 of them marking hotel stays. Blue notes marking video calls Emma witnessed. Yellow notes marking family events Jennifer missed for work emergencies. 3 years, 47 video calls, 17 documented hotel stays. God knows how many more that didn't leave evidence. "Mike," Daniel's voice pulls me back. "Look at this." He's holding his phone, showing me Richard Morrison's LinkedIn profile. He's been promoted 3 times in the last 3 years. Every promotion happened within 2 weeks of one of these hotel stays. I stare at the timeline. The pattern is obvious once you see it. Jennifer would go on a business trip with Richard. Richard would get promoted. Jennifer would get a raise or bonus. They were using company travel to conduct their affair and advancing their careers in the process. Corporate adultery with a side of professional networking, I say. Efficient. Daniel doesn't laugh. "This is evidence of ethics violations. If you want, we can make sure Richard's company knows about this." "Later," I say. "First, I need to know where she is right now." Jennifer texted me this morning from the conference. The text said, "Morning session running long. Miss you and Emma." I check our shared family calendar, the one Jennifer insisted we use so we could coordinate Emma's schedule. According to the calendar, Jennifer is at the Hilton Chicago downtown for a 3-day marketing summit I call the Hilton Chicago. "Good morning, Hilton Chicago. How may I help you?" "Hi, I need to verify a reservation for my wife. Jennifer Bradley, she should be checked in for the marketing summit." "One moment, please." Keys typing. "I'm sorry, sir. I don't see a Jennifer Bradley currently checked in. Could she be under another name?" My stomach goes cold. "Could you check for the marketing summit? She said she was attending." "Sir, we don't have any marketing events scheduled this week. We have a medical conference and a wedding, but no marketing summit." I thank her and hang up. So Jennifer isn't where she said she'd be. which means she's somewhere else. With someone else. I'm about to start calling other hotels when Emma runs into the kitchen holding a piece of paper. "Daddy, look what I made for Mommy." It's a drawing, fresh crayon on construction paper. Emma's drawn a building with Hilton spelled across the top in uneven letters. There are two stick figures standing in front of the building. One has yellow hair, one is taller with brown hair. "That's Mommy and Uncle Richard," Emma explains proudly. "At Mommy's hotel. Can we surprise her there, Daddy? Like on TV when people surprise each other at hotels?" The world tilts slightly. Emma knows which hotel. Emma knows Richard is with Jennifer. Emma has normalized this so completely that she's drawing pictures of them together and asking me to participate in surprising them. That's a beautiful drawing, sweetie," I manage. "Why don't you put it on the fridge?" "Can we surprise Mommy, though?" "Maybe," I say. "Let me think about it, okay?" Emma skips away, satisfied. She doesn't notice that I'm gripping the kitchen counter hard enough to hurt. She doesn't notice Daniel staring at the drawing with an expression like he's just watched someone kick a puppy. "How does she know the hotel name?" Daniel asks quietly. "Video calls," I say. "She's probably seen hotel rooms in the background, maybe heard them say it. Kids absorb everything." I pick up my phone and search for Hiltons near Chicago. There are 6. I call them one by one. The third hotel, Hilton Garden Inn, Oak Brook, confirms they have a Jennifer Bradley checked in. Room 847. Checkout is Thursday at 11 a.m. I don't ask if there's a Richard Morrison registered. I already know the answer. "Found her," I tell Daniel. He looks at me for a long moment. "What do you want to do?" I look at Emma's drawing on the table. My daughter drew her mother and her mother's affair partner at a hotel. She drew them like it's normal, like it's just another part of our family. "I want to make sure she understands what she's done," I say. "I want everyone to understand what she's done." That night, after Emma is asleep, I do something I never thought I'd do. I call Richard Morrison's wife. Finding her number wasn't hard. Richard's Facebook profile is public, and he's tagged in dozens of family photos. His wife's name is Catherine. She looks like someone who has her life together. Neat blonde bob, kind smile, photos with their daughter at soccer games and school events. She has no idea her husband has been sleeping with his subordinate for 3 years. I'm about to ruin her life the way Emma's question ruined mine. The phone rings 4 times before she answers. "Hello? Catherine Morrison? Yes? Who is this?" "My name is Michael Bradley. You don't know me, but I need to talk to you about your husband." There's a pause. Then, "Is Richard okay? Did something happen?" "Richard is fine, but there's something you need to know, and I'd rather tell you now than have you find out another way." "I don't understand. Who are you?" I take a breath. "I'm the husband of Jennifer Bradley. She works with Richard, and I have evidence that they've been having an affair for 3 years. The silence on the other end is so complete, I think she's hung up. Then I hear her breathing, sharp, shallow breaths, like she's been punched. That's not possible. Richard travels for work, but I have hotel keycards with dates and cities. I have video call logs showing 47 calls over 3 years. I have a birthday card your husband sent to my 5-year-old daughter signing it, 'Love, Uncle R.'" My voice is steady, clinical. "Catherine, I'm not calling to hurt you. I'm calling because you deserve to know the truth before I serve my wife divorce papers." "Oh God," her voice cracks. "How long did you say?" 3 years. It started in March 2022. More silence. Then, "My daughter just turned 4. She was born in January 2022. Richard missed her birth because of a business trip to Chicago with Jennifer. The pieces click into place. Richard chose Jennifer over being present for his own daughter's birth. I'm so sorry, I say, and I mean it. Do you... Catherine's voice is barely a whisper now. Do you have proof? Real proof? I have everything. Dates, locations, receipts. My brother's a lawyer. It's all documented. Send it to me. Her voice has changed. The shock is hardening into something else. Something that's colder. Send me everything you have. I send her the photos, the key cards, the birthday card, the video call logs, the credit card statements. I hear her phone chime as each message arrives. Jesus Christ, she says. He's been lying for 3 years. 3 years of business trips and late nights at the office, and I believed him. I believed my wife too. We sit in mutual silence for a moment, two strangers bonded by betrayal. Then Catherine says, "When are you serving your wife?" "Thursday, when she gets back from her current trip, which is actually another trip with your husband." "Where are they now?" "Hilton Garden Inn, Oak Brook, room 847. They check out Thursday at 11. "Michael?" Catherine's voice has gone very cold, very calm. "I'm going to serve Richard papers the same day you serve Jennifer. I want them to understand that they didn't just betray their spouses, they destroyed their families, and I want them to face that consequence together." Something in my chest loosens. I'm not alone in this. There's someone else who understands the specific rage of being betrayed by someone who promised forever. "Let's make this count," I say. "Oh, we will." Catherine's voice has steel in it now. "Send me your brother's contact information. I need a lawyer, a good one." After we hang up, I sit in the dark of my living room for a long time. Upstairs, Emma is sleeping with her stuffed rabbit. Tomorrow, she'll wake up and ask for pancakes and not know that her entire world is about to change. But at least when it changes, there will be two families demanding justice instead of one. Thursday morning, Daniel arrives with a manila envelope. Inside are divorce papers citing Jennifer's infidelity, a motion for primary physical custody of Emma, and a copy of the prenup with the relevant sections highlighted. We're in his office, the small family practice he runs downtown. The walls are lined with law books and framed diplomas, and there's a photo of his daughter Sophie on his desk. Everything about this room says reliable, trustworthy, competent. "Once you serve these in public," Daniel says, sliding the papers across his desk, "there's no going back. Jennifer will know you have evidence. She'll lawyer up immediately. This becomes a fight." "Good." I pick up the papers. They're heavy, official. She made this public when she brought Richard into Emma's life, when she had him call my daughter on video, when she normalized their relationship to the point that Emma drew them together and asked me to surprise them at their hotel. Daniel nods slowly. "The prenup means she loses almost everything. The house, the savings, your retirement accounts, it all stays with you. She gets her car and personal belongings plus statutory minimums. That's it." "What about custody?" "You'll get primary physical. Jennifer's pattern of deception, the affair partner's involvement with Emma, her prioritization of the relationship over parental duties, it all works in your favor. She'll probably get supervised visitation initially. Then we can reassess based on her behavior and Emma's needs." I think about Emma's essay. Uncle Richard makes mommy laugh more than daddy does. I think about 3 years of video calls where Emma was present, watching, learning what adult relationships look like. "I want primary custody," I say. "I want Emma to have stability, one home, one parent who doesn't lie to her." "We'll get it." Daniel picks up a business card from his desk. "This is Mark Chen. He's a process server. You tell him where and when, and he'll serve the papers officially. You can be there if you want, or he can handle it alone." I take the card. I want to be there. "Mike, are you sure? Serving papers in person, especially in public, it's not easy. It's messy, painful. You're going to see Jennifer at her worst." "I've been seeing Jennifer at her worst for 3 years, I say. I just didn't know it." Daniel starts to say something, then stops. Instead, he pulls out his phone and shows me a text from Catherine Morrison's lawyer. "Catherine's serving Richard at the same location, same time. She wants you both there, wants them to face this together." "When?" "Tomorrow, Friday. Checkout is at 11. The hotel lobby will be busy. Business travelers, families, hotel staff. Maximum witnesses." Daniel looks at me carefully. "This will be messy, painful, public. Are you absolutely sure?" I think about the question I wrestled with all night. Here's the question I wrestled with. Do you confront privately, give them dignity, or do you expose publicly, let the truth speak in front of witnesses? There's no right answer, but I'd love to know. What would you do? Comment, private, or public. Let's see where we all stand on this. For me, the answer is clear. She took away my dignity every time she lied to Emma, every time she brought Richard into our daughter's life, every time she used family time to plan her next trip with him. She made this public by involving our child. I'm just making sure everyone else knows what she did. Daniel nods. "Okay. Mark will meet you at the hotel at the 10:45 tomorrow morning. Catherine and her server will be there too. I'll come as your attorney. Once the papers are served, you don't engage. You don't argue. You let the documents speak for themselves, and you leave. What about Emma? Emma stays with Sophie and me tomorrow. She doesn't need to see this. After it's done, after Jennifer has been served and you've left the hotel, then you figure out what to tell Emma. But not before. I stand up to leave, and Daniel grips my shoulder. Mike, once this happens, your life changes forever. Jennifer will fight. She'll try to turn people against you. She'll claim you're vindictive or controlling or any number of things. Are you ready for that? I think about 17 hotel key cards. I think about Emma's drawing. I think about 3 years of lies and the careful way Jennifer constructed a double life while I made school lunches and helped with homework and believed we were building something together. Let her fight, I say. I have the truth. That night, I put Emma to bed like always. Bath time, pajamas, story, prayers. Her stuffed rabbit is tucked under her arm, the gray one with the bent ear that she's had since she was a baby. The rabbit smells like the lavender sleep spray I use on her pillow. Daddy, Emma's voice is soft, almost asleep. When is Mommy coming home? Tomorrow, sweetie? Can we make her favorite dinner, the pasta with the white sauce? Maybe. We'll see how Mommy's feeling when she gets home. Emma rolls over, hugging her rabbit. Daddy, you know how you said we don't leave family behind? The words hit like a fist. I taught her that. I taught her that family means loyalty, commitment, showing up even when it's hard. I taught her that we don't abandon people we love. That's right, baby, we don't. So Mommy won't leave us, right? Even if she's gone a lot for work? I sit on the edge of her bed, and my heart is breaking in real time. Emma, listen to me. Daddy will never leave you. No matter what happens, no matter what changes, Daddy is always going to be right here, okay? Okay. She yawns. I love you, Daddy. I love you too, Emma, so much. I kiss her forehead. I turn off the light, I close her door, and then I stand in the hallway and I let the enormity of what I'm about to do crash over me. Tomorrow, I'm going to serve my wife divorce papers in a hotel lobby in front of dozens of witnesses. Tomorrow, I'm going to expose her affair publicly. Tomorrow, I'm going to start a custody battle that will determine where my daughter lives and how often she sees her mother. Tomorrow, I'm going to make sure the whole world knows what Jennifer did. But tonight, I'm just a father standing outside his daughter's room, listening to her breathe, knowing that her innocence ends tomorrow, whether I want it to or not. Later, after midnight, I pull out the prenup and read it again. Daniel was right. Jennifer's lawyer drafted the specific terms. I find the email chain from 6 years ago, buried in an old folder I never deleted. The subject line reads, Prenup draft, final version. Jennifer's email to her lawyer. Make sure the infidelity clause protects both parties equally. I want this ironclad. Neither of us should be able to cheat without major financial consequences. The lawyer's response, done. Both parties forfeit all marital assets except statutory minimums if infidelity is proven. This is a strong deterrent. Jennifer's reply, perfect. Send it to Michael's lawyer. I read it 3 times. Jennifer didn't just agree to the infidelity clause. She demanded it. She wanted it ironclad. She specified the consequences. And then she spent the next 6 years violating every word of it. She'd been planning this from the start. Not the affair necessarily, but the protection, the exit strategy. The prenup was her insurance policy in case everything fell apart. And she'd written it assuming she'd be the one protecting her assets from me. She never considered that she'd be the one caught. I forward the email chain to Daniel with a message. She built her own trap. My phone buzzes 30 seconds later. Daniel calling. You found it, he says. She insisted on the prenup. Her lawyer drafted the infidelity clause. She wanted it ironclad. And now she's the one caught in it. Daniel's voice has a grim satisfaction. Mike, this is evidence of premeditation, not of the affair, but of her mindset going into the marriage. She was protecting herself from a scenario she must have thought was possible. It doesn't look good for her. Good. We're quiet for a moment. Then Daniel says, get some sleep. Tomorrow's going to be hard. Yeah? Mike, you're doing the right thing. For Emma, for yourself. You know that, right? I look at the email on my screen. Jennifer's words. I want this ironclad. I know, I say. After we hang up, I sit in the dark living room and think about the woman I married. I loved her. I built a life with her. I trusted her completely. And the whole time, she'd been planning escape routes and building protection into contracts and lying so smoothly that I never once suspected. The affair started when Emma was 2. Jennifer brought Richard into our daughter's life when Emma was too young to question it. She established Uncle Richard as a fixture, someone Emma should love, trust, recognize. She used our child to normalize her betrayal. That's the part I can't forgive. Not the affair itself, not even the 3 years of lies. The part I can't forgive is that she involved Emma. She made our daughter complicit. She turned Emma's innocence into cover. Tomorrow, I make sure Jennifer understands what she's done. Tomorrow, I make sure everyone understands what she's done. But tonight, I go upstairs and check on Emma one more time. She's sleeping peacefully, her rabbit clutch tight, completely unaware that tomorrow her family implodes. I whisper into the dark of her room. Daddy's got you, baby, I promise. No matter what happens, Daddy's got you. Then I close her door and go to bed, knowing I won't sleep, knowing tomorrow everything changes, knowing that sometimes the only way to protect your child is to destroy their innocence. We don't leave family behind, and I won't leave Emma behind. Not for anything, not even to spare her the pain of learning who her mother really is. Friday morning, 10:43 a.m. I'm standing in the parking lot of the Hilton Garden Inn in Oak Brook, and my hands won't stop shaking. Daniel is next to me, looking sharp in his lawyer's suit. Mark Chen, the process server, is checking the divorce papers one more time, making sure every signature is in place, every clause is clear. Catherine Morrison is here too, standing 20 feet away with her own process server. She looks like she hasn't slept either. Her eyes are red-rimmed but determined. We nod at each other, two strangers united by betrayal, two parents about to detonate their families in a hotel lobby. You ready? Daniel asks. I think about Emma, safely at Daniel's house with Sophie. I think about 3 years of lies. I think about my daughter's drawing, her small hand holding Uncle Richard's hand instead of mine. Yeah, I say, I'm ready. We walk into the lobby at 10:47 a.m. The Hilton Garden Inn lobby is exactly what you'd expect. Marble floors, generic landscape paintings, a breakfast area where business travelers are finishing their complimentary coffee and pastries. There are maybe 30 people scattered around. Hotel staff behind the desk, a family checking in, businessmen on laptops, a couple arguing quietly near the elevator. Normal Friday morning, not for long. I spot Jennifer immediately. She's at the checkout counter, laughing at something the desk clerk is saying. She's wearing her navy business suit, the expensive one she saves for important meetings. Her hair is perfect. Her makeup is flawless. She looks like someone who has her life completely together. Richard is next to her, also checking out, tall, silver-haired, confident. He's got his hand on the small of Jennifer's back, casual, possessive, like he has every right to touch my wife that way. They're standing close enough that anyone watching would know they're together. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. That's about to be a problem for them. Daniel, Mark, and I walk across the lobby. Our footsteps echo on the marble. A few people glance up, then go back to their phones. Catherine and her process server move in from the other direction, timing it perfectly. Jennifer sees me first. Her face goes white, then red, then white again. Michael? Her voice is high, confused. What are you doing here? Richard turns. His expression is careful, calculating. He's already trying to figure out how to spin this. Jennifer Bradley? Mark Chen steps forward, holding the manila envelope. You've been served. He hands her the divorce papers. Everything in the lobby seems to stop. The businessmen look up from their laptops. The family checking in turns to stare. The hotel staff freeze mid-keystroke. Jennifer takes the envelope like it might bite her. Michael, what is this? What are you... Richard Morrison, Catherine's process server, is handing Richard his own envelope. You've been served. Richard's face drains of color. He looks from his papers to Jennifer's papers, to me, to Catherine. His mouth opens, closes, opens again. Catherine? His voice cracks on his wife's name. What are you doing here? Catherine's voice is ice. I'm serving you divorce papers, Richard, in front of your mistress, in front of everyone. So there's no confusion about what you did. The lobby is completely silent now. Even the muzak seems to have stopped. 30 people are watching this unfold like it's a movie. Jennifer finds her voice. Michael, let's talk about this privately. This isn't private. I cut her off. My voice is steady, calm, deadly. Like you talked to Richard privately for 3 years? Richard steps forward, trying to recover. Michael, I think there's been some misunderstanding. If we could just... No misunderstanding. I pull out my phone, open the photo of Emma's drawing, and hold it up so everyone nearby can see it. My 5-year-old daughter drew this picture for school. She labeled you Uncle Richard. Want to explain that to your wife? The drawing is visible on my phone screen. 4 crayoned figures, Emma holding Uncle Richard's hand. A woman at a nearby table gasps. Someone else says, "Oh my God." Jennifer's trying to grab my phone. Michael, stop, please. Not here, not like this. Not here? I pull the phone back. You brought him into our daughter's life. You had him call her on video. You let her normalize your affair. You made this about Emma. So, yeah. Here, like this. Daniel steps forward, his lawyer voice calm and professional. Mrs. Bradley, the papers outline infidelity violations under your prenuptial agreement. You have 30 days to respond. I suggest you retain counsel immediately. Richard is reading his papers now, his hands shaking. Catherine, we can work this out. For Sarah, for our daughter. You should have thought about our daughter before you missed her birth to sleep with your employee. Catherine's voice could cut glass. You should have thought about her before you spent 3 years lying to both of our families. The desk clerk has abandoned all pretense of working. She's just staring. So is everyone else. Jennifer's crying now, mascara running down her cheeks. Michael, please. Emma? Think about Emma. I am thinking about Emma. My voice doesn't waver. I've been thinking about Emma this whole time, which is why she's not here, which is why I documented everything before I acted, which is why I'm getting primary custody. You can't, Jennifer starts. The prenup you insisted on? Daniel interrupts smoothly. The one with the ironclad infidelity clause? Your lawyer drafted it. You demanded it. And now you're caught by it. Mrs. Bradley forfeits all marital assets except statutory minimums. The house, savings, retirement accounts, they all stay with Mr. Bradley. Richard is reading faster now, panic replacing shock. This says, Catherine, this can't be legal. Your lawyer will tell you that you violated your company's ethics policy. Catherine's smile is sharp. I already called your HR department. They'll be contacting you Monday morning. Something about fraternization between management and subordinates, creating a hostile work environment, using company travel for personal affairs. They were very interested. The color drains from Richard's face completely. I look at Jennifer. She's still crying, still holding the divorce papers like they're burning her hands. You had 47 video calls with him over 3 years, I say. Emma was present for some of them. You kept 17 hotel key cards like trophies. You brought your affair partner to our daughter's birthday party virtually. You let her call him uncle. You made her love him. My voice breaks slightly on the last part, and I hate myself for it. But I keep going. You wrote in her kindergarten essay that Uncle Richard makes Mommy laugh more than Daddy does. She wrote that she wishes Daddy could make Mommy laugh like that. She thinks your affair is my failure. She's 5 years old, Jennifer. 5. And you let her think her father isn't good enough because your boss makes you laugh. Jennifer's face crumples. I never meant Emma wasn't supposed to. But she did. I put my phone away. She knew, she saw, she normalized it. And now she's going to learn the truth, that families don't do this, that mothers don't lie like this, that when you love someone, you don't leave them behind. The silence in the lobby is absolute. Someone's coffee cup hits their saucer with a loud clink. A child asks their mother what's happening. The mother shushes them. Catherine turns to leave, her process server following. She pauses next to me. Good luck, Michael. Your daughter's lucky to have you. Your daughter's lucky to have you, too. She nods once, then walks out. I look at Jennifer one more time. She's standing there in her perfect navy suit with her mascara running, holding divorce papers that are about to cost her everything, and I feel nothing. No anger, no satisfaction, just a vast, empty relief that this is finally over. The papers outline visitation arrangements pending the custody hearing, Daniel says. You'll be notified of the court date. Until then, all communication goes through our offices. I turn to leave. Michael, wait. Jennifer's voice is desperate now. Please, we can fix this. Marriage counseling, whatever you want. Please don't do this to Emma. I stop. I don't turn around. I'm not doing this to Emma, I say. You already did. Then I walk out of the hotel lobby with Daniel beside me, leaving Jennifer and Richard standing there with their divorce papers and 30 witnesses who will never forget what they saw. Behind me, I hear Jennifer start to sob. I don't look back. 48 hours later, the dominoes start to fall. Saturday morning, Richard Morrison is terminated from his position as regional VP. The email from his company's HR department is brief and professional. Effective immediately, your employment has been terminated for violation of company ethics policy regarding workplace relationships and misuse of company resources. They don't name Jennifer. They don't have to. Everyone who matters already knows. By noon Saturday, the story has spread through Jennifer's office. Not from me. I haven't said a word to anyone except Daniel and Catherine. But hotel staff talk. Co-workers connect dots. 30 witnesses in that lobby had phones. By Sunday, Jennifer's LinkedIn is flooded with connection requests from people she doesn't know, all of them clearly there to watch the wreckage. Monday morning, Jennifer gets an email. She's been placed on administrative leave pending an internal ethics investigation. Her company wants to know if she violated fraternization policies, if she used company resources for personal reasons, if she created a hostile work environment. The investigation will take weeks. The outcome is already obvious. But here's the part that makes me believe in cosmic justice. At 3:47 p.m. Monday, Jennifer's company sends out an announcement. The promotion Jennifer was supposed to get, the VP of marketing position she'd been working toward for 2 years, has been given to Jessica Chen. Jessica Chen, 7 months pregnant. The woman Jennifer mocked for slowing down the team because she needed to leave early for prenatal appointments. The woman Jennifer called unprofessional for bringing up morning sickness during a client meeting. The woman Jennifer actively tried to push out of the department. Jessica got the job. Jessica got the title, the raise, the corner office that Jennifer had been promised. The announcement includes a photo. Jessica is beaming, one hand on her pregnant belly, accepting congratulations from the CEO. Jennifer sees the announcement at 3:48 p.m. I know this because Daniel gets a furious email from Jennifer's lawyer at 4:15, claiming workplace retaliation and gender discrimination. Daniel responds with one line, "Your client's administrative leave is unrelated to Ms. Chen's promotion. Ms. Chen was promoted based on merit and performance." Then he forwards me the email chain with a message, "Karma's working overtime." He's not wrong. By Tuesday, Catherine Morrison has filed her own divorce petition in Massachusetts. The local business journal picks up the story because Richard was a prominent figure in the pharmaceutical industry. The article is careful not to name Jennifer, but it mentions a workplace affair that violated company policy and resulted in termination. Comments on the article range from sympathetic to savage. Someone who claims to be a former employee writes, "Everyone knew Richard was sleeping with his marketing director. We just didn't know he was married. Guess his wife didn't know either." By Wednesday, Jennifer's lawyer has called Daniel 3 times asking to negotiate. Jennifer wants to discuss custody arrangements informally before the court hearing. She wants to reach an amicable agreement. Daniel's response? "See you in court." Because here's the thing about getting caught. Here's the thing about having 30 witnesses watch you get served divorce papers in a hotel lobby with your affair partner standing next to you. You don't get to control the narrative anymore. You don't get to spin it. You don't get to claim it was a mistake or a misunderstanding or something that can be fixed with counseling. Everyone knows what you did. Everyone knows who you are. And that's the consequence you can't lawyer away. The custody hearing happens 2 weeks after the hotel lobby confrontation. Family court. Judge Patricia Brennan presiding. Jennifer shows up with her lawyer, a sharp woman in an expensive suit who looks like she's already calculating how to minimize the damage. Jennifer's wearing a conservative dress and minimal makeup. Her hair is pulled back in a neat bun. She looks like someone trying very hard to appear responsible. I'm wearing a button-down shirt and khakis. Daniel is next to me. And our secret weapon is sitting in the gallery, Dr. Sarah Mitchell, Emma's therapist. Yes, I got Emma a therapist. The day after I served the papers, I found a child psychologist who specializes in family transitions. Emma's been seeing Dr. Mitchell twice a week. She's been processing her feelings about Mommy's trips, about Uncle Richard, about the changes in our family. Dr. Mitchell has been taking notes. Judge Brennan calls the hearing to order. She's a woman in her late 50s with gray hair and sharp eyes that have seen every family dysfunction imaginable. She looks at the paperwork in front of her, our custody petition, Jennifer's response, character witness statements, the therapist's preliminary report. This is a custody determination hearing, Judge Brennan says. Both parties are seeking custody of Emma Bradley, age 5. Mr. Bradley is requesting primary physical custody with supervised visitation for Mrs. Bradley. Mrs. Bradley is requesting joint physical custody with a standard parenting time arrangement. Jennifer's lawyer stands. Your Honor, Mrs. Bradley is a devoted mother who has been unfairly characterized by her estranged husband. The circumstances of the marriage's dissolution are unfortunate, but they don't reflect Mrs. Bradley's capabilities as a parent. She's requesting equal parenting time with her daughter. Your Honor, Daniel stands. Mr. Bradley has evidence that Mrs. Bradley's pattern of deception and involvement of a third party in the child's life has caused significant emotional harm. We've brought Dr. Sarah Mitchell, the child's therapist, to testify to Emma's current emotional state. Judge Brennan looks at Dr. Mitchell. Doctor, you've been seeing Emma Bradley? Yes, Your Honor, twice weekly for the past 2 weeks. And what have you observed? Dr. Mitchell pulls out her notes. Her voice is calm, professional, clinical. Emma is exhibiting signs of confusion regarding adult relationships and parental roles. She's mentioned repeatedly that her mother has a friend named Uncle Richard who makes her mother happy. She's expressed concern that her father doesn't make her mother laugh enough. She's also asked me if it's normal for mommies to sleep in other people's beds when they're away from home. The courtroom is silent. Emma has drawn multiple pictures during our sessions, Dr. Mitchell continues. In 3 of them, she includes a 4th figure labeled Uncle Richard as part of her family. When I asked about this, Emma said, Uncle Richard is Mommy's special friend. Daddy knows about him. Daddy said it's okay. I closed my eyes. I never said that. But Emma interpreted my careful non-answers as permission. She thought I knew and approved. Your Honor, Dr. Mitchell's voice is gentle but firm. Emma has been exposed to her mother's extramarital affair in ways that have normalized adult deception. She's internalized the idea that lying is acceptable if it makes someone happy. She's also expressed fear that her father might leave her the way her mother leaves for trips. This child needs stability, consistency, and a parent who models healthy relationship behaviors. Judge Brennan writes something down. Mrs. Bradley, is it true that your affair partner had contact with your daughter? Jennifer's lawyer jumps in. Your Honor, Mr. Morrison was my client's supervisor. Any contact was incidental to normal workplace. I'm asking Mrs. Bradley. Judge Brennan's voice cuts through the lawyering. Did your affair partner have contact with your daughter? Jennifer hesitates, then. Emma saw him on video calls, sometimes, when I was traveling for work. How many times? I don't know exactly. 47 times over 3 years, Your Honor. Daniel pulls out the phone records. Video calls where Emma was present, participating, learning to recognize Mr. Morrison as a family friend. Mrs. Bradley also kept 17 hotel key cards from trips with Mr. Morrison, stored in her home where the child could potentially access them. Your Honor, Jennifer's lawyer tries again, my client's personal relationships. Her personal relationships involved her 5-year-old daughter. Judge Brennan's voice is hard now. A 5-year-old who was taught to accept an affair partner as Uncle Richard. A 5-year-old who wrote in a school essay that this man makes her mother happier than her father does. Jennifer's face crumples. She's crying again. Judge Brennan looks at her for a long moment. Then she looks at me. Mr. Bradley, what are you asking for? Primary physical custody, Your Honor. I want Emma to have one stable home. I want her to have consistency. I want her to have a parent who doesn't lie to her. My voice is steady. I'm not trying to keep Emma from her mother. I'm trying to protect Emma from more damage. And you're requesting supervised visitation for Mrs. Bradley? Initially, yes, until Emma has processed the changes, and until Mrs. Bradley has demonstrated that she can prioritize Emma's emotional well-being over her own desires. Judge Brennan writes more notes. The silence stretches out. Finally, here's what I see. I see a mother who engaged in a 3-year extramarital affair and involved her child in that affair, either deliberately or through negligence. I see a child who has been taught that adult deception is normal. I see a father who documented evidence, sought therapeutic help for his child, and is requesting custody not out of spite, but out of genuine concern for stability. She closes the folder. This court's priority is the child's well-being and stability. Based on the evidence presented in Dr. Mitchell's testimony, I'm awarding primary physical custody to Mr. Bradley. Mrs. Bradley will have supervised visitation every other weekend, supervised by a court-appointed monitor. After 6 months, we'll reassess based on Emma's adjustment and Mrs. Bradley's compliance with therapeutic recommendations. Jennifer gasps. Her lawyer puts a hand on her arm. Mrs. Bradley, Judge Brennan continues, I'm also ordering you to complete a co-parenting course and individual therapy before unsupervised visitation can be considered. Your daughter needs to see that you understand the impact of your choices. Court adjourned. The gavel comes down. I exhale for what feels like the first time in 2 weeks. Daniel squeezes my shoulder. We did it. Yeah. Jennifer is crying in her lawyer's arms. She looks across the courtroom at me, and her expression is pleading, desperate. I look away. Dr. Mitchell comes up to me. Mr. Bradley, I'll continue working with Emma through this transition. You're doing the right thing. She needs stability right now, more than anything. Thank you. As we leave the courthouse, Daniel says, You know Jennifer's going to appeal. Let her appeal. Judge Brennan saw the evidence. She heard Emma's therapist. She made her ruling. What are you going to tell Emma? That's the question I've been avoiding. What do you tell a 5-year-old when you've just legally separated her from her mother? I'll tell her the truth, I say. An age-appropriate version. I'll tell her that Mommy and Daddy can't live together anymore, but we both love her. I'll tell her she'll still see Mommy. And I'll tell her that sometimes families change, but that doesn't mean we stop being family. She's going to ask about Uncle Richard. Then I'll tell her that Uncle Richard isn't part of our family anymore, that he was Mommy's friend, not ours. And that sometimes friendships end. Daniel nods. You're a good dad, Mike. I'm trying to be. We walk to the parking lot. It's a beautiful spring day, sunny, warm, the kind of day where everything feels possible. Somewhere, Jennifer is processing that she lost primary custody. Somewhere, Richard is job hunting and dealing with his own divorce. Somewhere, 2 families are reorganizing themselves around the wreckage of betrayal. But here, in this parking lot, I've just won the right to keep my daughter in one stable home. I've just won the right to be the parent who doesn't lie, who doesn't disappear on business trips, who shows up every single day. I've won the right to be enough, 6 months later. Emma's sitting at the kitchen table, working on her homework. She's 6 now. First grade started 3 weeks ago. Her backpack is Spider-Man themed. Her lunchbox has Star Wars characters on it. She's decided she likes superheroes, and I'm not going to argue. Daddy, how do you spell family? Family. She writes it carefully, tongue sticking out in concentration. Then she goes back to her drawing. We've established new routines: Saturday morning pancakes, Sunday afternoon walks to the park, Wednesday evening ice cream after school, always chocolate chip cookie dough for Emma, always mint chocolate chip for me. These are our rituals now. Our traditions. Jennifer sees Emma every other weekend. The supervised visits have gone okay. Not great. Emma is polite but distant. She doesn't volunteer information about our week. She doesn't ask when she can go home to Mommy's house. Because Emma doesn't have a room at Mommy's house anymore. Emma has one home, here, with me. Jennifer is in therapy, like the judge ordered. She's completed the co-parenting course. Her lawyer has filed for unsupervised visitation. We have a hearing next month. I don't know what I'll say. Maybe that Jennifer has made progress. Maybe that Emma seems more stable now. Maybe that supervised visits are working and we don't need to change anything yet. Maybe I'll just let the therapist's report speak for itself. Done! Emma holds up her homework. It's another family drawing assignment. First grade is apparently obsessed with family units. This drawing shows 2 people, Emma drew herself wearing her Spider-Man backpack. She drew me holding her hand. We're standing in front of our house. The sun is shining. There's a dog in the yard. We don't have a dog, but Emma desperately wants one, so she draws it into existence in all her pictures. Me and Daddy, she says proudly. It's beautiful, sweetie. Can we put it on the fridge? Absolutely. I take down an old drawing, one of her kindergarten efforts, and replace it with the new one. The old drawing goes in a frame on a high shelf in my office. It's the drawing with 4 people, the drawing with Uncle Richard. I'm keeping it, not as a reminder of betrayal, but as a reminder of how far we've come, how much we've healed. Emma doesn't ask about Uncle Richard anymore. She hasn't mentioned him in 3 months. Dr. Mitchell says that's normal. Kids process trauma by moving forward, not dwelling on the past. Daddy, Emma's voice pulls me back to the present. Yeah, baby? Can Uncle Daniel and Sophie come over this weekend? I want to show Sophie my new Lego set. I'll ask Uncle Daniel. Emma goes back to coloring. I pour myself coffee and lean against the counter, watching my daughter create entire worlds with crayons and construction paper. There's a knock at the door. Daniel, right on cue. He's got Sophie with him. She's 2.5 now, toddling everywhere, talking nonstop. Uncle Mike! Sophie runs to me, and I scoop her up. Hey, Sophie Bug, you here to play with Emma? Yes, Emma promised to show me her dinosaurs. Emma appears immediately. Sophie, come see. The 2 girls run off to Emma's room. Daniel and I stand in the kitchen, and he looks at the new drawing on the fridge. She's doing better, he observes. Yeah, she is. What about you? I think about the question. 6 months ago, I was standing in a hotel lobby serving divorce papers and feeling nothing. 6 months ago, I was destroyed and relieved and numb all at once. Now, I'm just present. I'm here. I wake up every morning and make Emma breakfast and pack her lunch and help with homework and tuck her in at night. I'm rebuilding a life that looks nothing like what I thought I'd have, but it's ours, mine and Emma's. I'm good, I say, and I mean it. Daniel nods. Catherine called me last week. Her divorce is final. She got primary custody of Sarah. How's she doing? Better. She said to tell you thanks for reaching out that night. She said knowing she wasn't alone made all the difference. I think about that phone call 6 months ago. 2 strangers bonded by betrayal. 2 parents protecting their children. Tell her I said the same. We stand in comfortable silence, listening to the girls play. Then Emma runs back into the kitchen. Daddy, can we have ice cream now? It's Wednesday, isn't it? Yes! Then yes, we can have ice cream. Emma cheers. She grabs her jacket, the blue one with the hood. Can Sophie come? If Uncle Daniel says it's okay. Daniel grins. Ice cream sounds perfect. We pile into my car, Emma in her booster seat, Sophie in Daniel's arms in the back, Daniel riding shotgun. It's a 10-minute drive to our ice cream place. Emma talks the entire way about her day at school, about the book her teacher read, about how Tommy threw up during math and everyone had to leave the classroom. Normal 6-year-old chatter, normal life. We order our ice cream, chocolate chip cookie dough, and mint chocolate chip and vanilla for Sophie, because she's 2 and doesn't have sophisticated tastes yet. We sit outside even though it's October and getting cold. Emma doesn't care. She's too busy showing Sophie how to eat ice cream without dropping it. Daniel's phone buzzes. He checks it, then shows me the screen. It's a news alert. Morrison Pharmaceutical announces leadership changes. Richard Morrison's name is notably absent from the new leadership team. Karma works slow, Daniel says, but it works. Yeah. I watch Emma lick her ice cream cone, completely absorbed in the moment. She's not thinking about hotel rooms or Uncle Richard or the ways adults can fail their children. She's thinking about ice cream and her new friend Sophie and whether we'll get a dog for Christmas. She's thinking about the life we're building, not the life that was destroyed. Emma catches me watching her. She grins, a chocolate chip cookie dough smile. Daddy, you know what? What, baby? I'm happy. 3 words, simple, true. Me too, Emma. She reaches across the table and takes my hand, her small fingers sticky with ice cream. Daddy, you were right. We don't leave family behind. The motif comes full circle, the words I taught her, the promise I kept. That's right, I say. My voice is thick. And you know what else? What? You didn't leave me either. Emma looks confused for a second, then shrugs like, That's the most obvious thing in the world. Why would I leave you? You're my daddy. Why would she leave me? Like it's that simple. Like loyalty and love and family are just default settings, not things that require effort or choice. Maybe for her, they are that simple. Maybe that's how it should be. Daniel clears his throat, looking away. Sophie is chattering about puppies. Emma has gone back to her ice cream. And I sit there in the October sunshine with my daughter and my brother and my niece, eating ice cream and thinking about how we got here. All the evidence I collected, all the sleepless nights, the hotel lobby confrontation, the custody battle, 6 months of therapy and new routines and learning how to be a single father. It was worth it, all of it. Because Emma is happy. Emma is stable. Emma knows that her father chose her, stayed for her, fought for her. We don't leave family behind. I kept that promise. Some families are born, some are built. Ours, we rebuilt it stronger. Not perfect, not what I imagined, but ours. Real, true, and that's enough. Later that night, after Emma is asleep with her rabbit tucked under her arm, I hang her newest drawing on the fridge next to the one from this afternoon. 2 drawings, both showing the same thing. Emma and me, our family, complete just as we are. The old drawing, the one with 4 people, the one with Uncle Richard, stays on the high shelf in my office. Not hidden, not thrown away, just there. A reminder of what we survived, what we overcame. I take a photo of the new drawing and send it to Daniel. Look what we built. He responds immediately. Damn right. Proud of you, brother. Then another text. Sophie wants a sleepover with Emma next weekend. You up for that? Absolutely. I turn off the lights downstairs and check on Emma one more time. She's sprawled across her bed, covers kicked off, rabbit falling out of her arms. I fix the covers, tuck the rabbit back in, kiss her forehead. Love you, baby girl, I whisper. She doesn't wake up. She just breathes steadily, deeply. The breathing of a child who feels safe. And that's all I ever wanted. For Emma to feel safe. To know she's loved. To understand that family means showing up, staying present, keeping promises. I kept my promises. I didn't leave her behind. And tomorrow, we'll wake up and make breakfast and pack lunches and do homework and have ice cream on Wednesday and keep building this life we're creating together, one day at a time, one drawing at a time, one promise kept at a time. We don't leave family behind, and we never will.